Good morning, y'all. Happy Saturday. Thank you so much for coming back to watch another What Else Is Going On slash or AKA rather WEIGO podcast YouTube video. I'm your girl, Taria. You can find the audio version of the podcast where episodes are supposed to drop every Tuesday and Friday, wherever it is you listen. Oh, excuse me, y'all. Wherever it is you listen to your podcast. iTunes, Spotify, Amazon Music, all of that good stuff. So I missed y'all yesterday. I was out there working. Did I? No, I didn't do a video yesterday, but I've been wanting to talk to y'all. So, I keep a running email draft of the things that I want to talk to y'all about. So, some of them have already been discussed, but y'all know I always want to come and discuss them with our community. I hope it may look a little bright over here. I record in front of my living room window and it is so bright. The sun is so bright. I probably should have turned on the light. So I hope that doesn't bother y'all. But I hope y'all Saturdays are going good. What are y'all doing? Make sure y'all stay cool, especially if you are in Maryland. There is another heat advisory. Get your black girl sunscreen. I'm telling you, I washed my face last night, woke up this morning, spritzed again, and I didn't even put on my vitamins, my skin cuticles, vitamin C, none of that. I just put on my black girl sunscreen and my Vaseline because I always finish off, no matter what face routine I do, I spritz my skin a tiny bit. So it's like a little bit damp, and then I seal it with Vaseline. My daughter grew up with really bad eczema. And one thing the doctor told us, he was like, people think Vaseline is a moisturizer, but it's actually a sealant. So whenever she would get out of the shower, make sure she's still wet and then put her, creams and then Vaselines on. And then I was like, her hair is natural. So then I started using it as a sealant for her hair and it would make it shiny and for days. And then I was like, it's for your face too, because my face is on the drier side. So I always seal with Vaseline. But anyway, I use my Black Girl sunscreen and my Vaseline. So make sure y'all put y'all sunscreen on today and get your neck too and on your little lippies and stuff. So, y'all don't burn your beautiful skin. Anyway, let's get into some things. So first up, some news that is heartbreaking. We discussed the passing of Kiki Jabbar a couple of days ago. It was very sudden, and stories have come out how she passed. And again, my heart just goes out to her entire family, whether they were getting along or not. There's still a loss for everyone. And then I remember I asked you guys, how do you go about if you're not talking to a family member? Should you put yourself in a toxic space just because it's family? And I loved what a lot of y'all had to say. I was reading them. I have to go back and respond, but like reading through them. And it's like bottom line is you have to protect your peace and you have to make peace with loving from a distance. Yeah, so that's where I'm at on that as well. But Kiki's uncle has come out, and I think it's on her mom's side. So this is according to Urban Bell magazine. Kiki Jabbar's uncle blames Love and Marriage Huntsville and cast for her tragic passing. Some of Kiki Jabbar's family members want Love and Marriage Huntsville cast members to stop speaking about her passing. Love and Marriage Huntsville fans and cast members are in shock at the passing of Kiki Jabbar. Many immediately thought about how Letitia Scott could be handling the situation, considering the nasty fallout with her cousin took place on and off the show. Letitia didn't like that Kiki accused Marceau Scott of being unfaithful. Marceau didn't appreciate this either. Now, mind you, y'all, I'm reading from Urban Bell. So things became pretty testy at the height of the feud. Kiki threw a drink at Letitia in response. Letitia said she had no interest in ever fixing things with Kiki. She felt violated by what transpired. And Marceau accused Kiki of relapsing. Regardless of how contentious things became, Letitia took to social media to express sadness over Kiki's death. So she also expressed regret the pair didn't repair things before Kiki died. Well, Kiki's uncle wants Letitia, Miss Wanda, and Marceau to stop speaking about Kiki. He didn't hold back on Facebook Live. So I did see some of the Facebook Live that he did. But this is what he posted. His name is Ellis Dawson. He said, I'm saying it publicly so it can get to Wanda. It can get to her daughter and sorry, a son-in-law. It can get to all those people on that show. The way that y'all treated her in life. Y'all got her down there to Texas and you alienated her. And my folks had to spend hours and hours and hours on the phone to reassure her, try to build her confidence. Our entire life for months has been circled around her mental stability. And you guys did everything possible to push her over the edge. He continued, so I'm asking you because we don't want any problems. We peaceful people, we don't want no problems. We don't want issues. Do not attend any service for my niece. Keep her name out of your mouth. Stop going to these bloggers, feeding them information about what's going on because you don't know what's going on. You have no clue because you're not inside the room. So you have no right whatsoever to put out any information about Kiki's whereabouts. Ellis believes bloggers were used to harm Kiki. I want y'all to tell Wanda. Oh, okay. And he said it again. I want y'all to tell Wanda, her sorry, a son-in-law, her sorry, a daughter. Stay away from my family. Keep Kiki's name out of your mouth. Keep the same energy you showed her when she was alive. You don't love her. You never loved her. So don't even post that, because if you loved her, there's no way possible that you could make up lies about her and her family and tell bits and pieces about her life that she privately told family that you fed to bloggers so that they could ridicule her, cause her to have haters, cause people to disrespect her. That's what you did. In his opinion, love and marriage, Huntsville and certain people contributed heavily to Kiki's death. And you pushed her to this, which makes me wonder again the circumstances surrounding, her passing. He said, you pushed her to this, so we blame you. Absolutely, we blame you. She would be here if it wasn't for that stupid A show. So like I said, Wanda, you're sorry, a daughter, and that fake A son-in-law of yours. And all you sorry, I believe that was MFers. That's a part of that show. Please, I'm asking you from a place of love. From a place of love, I'm asking you to leave Kiki in peace without your presence. It's so much. There is almost a part of me that's like, throw the whole show away, end it after this season, because now it already felt like there was an underbelly of a little bit of darkness after the first 3 seasons, and now it's definitely feeling like some of it is manufactured stuff for the show. And now with this, it's like, just throw the whole show away. I don't, it almost feels like, and I don't even know if sinister is the right word sometimes, but like there's an undercurrent of something to me with that show. Also, I have to say the way that he's talking almost seems as if there was a choice made, if you know what I'm saying. I don't want to say that because we don't know. And I pray that's not it, but I do pray that Kiki is in peace and out of pain for sure. But this is a lot. And then I started thinking, why would they keep coming to social media with this? But then it dawned on me, their disagreements, their relationships, all of that played out on TV. So if it all played out on TV, I can understand why the family is like, nah, y'all said what y'all said about her. She said what she said about y'all. We're putting this out there because everything else is already out there. So I can definitely understand, again, why. Because at first I was like, this is a lot to share. But again, everything else was shared on actual TV. So I just pray peace and I know it's such a cliche thing to say, but from the bottom of my heart, I just prayed that between her husband, her kids, her family, find some type of peace in all of this. If you're a believer, as they have said they were in the past, the Bible says the Holy Spirit will be a comforter. So I hope that they find some source of comfort in all of this, because it really is tragic. Like when you throw the word around tragedy or tragic, but this is such a tragic situation. So I did see that there were certain content creator outlets that had spoke to family and then were releasing information. And it seemed to be from Wanda's side of the family that was connected to Kiki. I'm thinking that this uncle is from the other side of the family. I don't think this is from Wanda's side. I think this is from the other side of the family. I think. I'm not 100% sure, but that's what I picked up. But anyway, let's all just pray for Kiki and Kiki's family, her kids, her husband, again, and everybody that knew and loved her and everybody whose lives that she touched. Moving on, we talked about Rachel Lindsay the other day, and Rachel had talked about Bryant. It was basically not telling the truth about their marital life. He acted as if they had these extravagant vacations and this and that, and really that wasn't the case. Bryant has come out. I was wondering when I was reading this, and when we were talking about this the other day, I don't know if I said this out loud on the video, but I was like, does he want continued spousal support, like monthly a check, or did he just want a lump sum payout? She give him money and be done. Child, he want spousal support. This is according to Reality Blurb. Bachelor alum Bryant Abasalo demands $16,000 in spousal support from ex Rachel Lindsay after she offered him $10K amid messy divorce. Rachel Lindsay has not had the best year. As fans of The Bachelorette know, she met Bryant while filming the show and was immediately attracted to him. However, he filed for divorce early this year. Now he is demanding more money in alimony support and saying that she is using the divorce to garner public sympathy, y'all. Rachel was on the 13th season of The Bachelorette. Because of her instant connection to Bryant, she gave him the first impression rose. The two got married in an intimate ceremony in Mexico of 2019. However, he filed for divorce in January, and Rachel has said she found out via text message. Now, according to TMZ, Bryant is saying he needs more money from Rachel to survive. Currently, she's offering to pay him $9,882 a month. Now, mind you, Rachel has come out and said she makes around $60,000 a month. Can you imagine having to pay somebody that can work $9,000 a month? Anyway, so she's offered to pay him $9,882 per month in support. Legal documents that the outlet obtained said that he needs about $16,275 per month to live and pay bills. As you may know, Bryant has a chiropractor business, and he says all the money from it goes to bills such as car expenses, food, insurance, and entertainment. According to the documents obtained, he says, after I pay monthly expenses, there is nothing left. Money isn't the only thing Bryant brings up. Previously, Rachel stated that she was blindsided by the divorce filing. Bryant, though, is saying that is not the case, and she's making a PR play to garner public sympathy. The two still share the marital home, but Bryant says he's been staying with friends to avoid the toxic environment at the house. He also says that she has changed various passwords around the home to deny him use. This includes access to the internet. Good. Bryant recently stated that his monthly income was $1,341. However, Rachel states in court documents that she believes his income might be closer to $13,413, while she makes about $61,019 a month. He wants him to pay her $16,000. That's for his bills, car insurance, all that, and entertainment. I'm supposed to fund your entertainment? The way, oof, I would be sick. Like, I wonder if he's thought about going back to Miami, because evidently he had a good practice there. But maybe he feels like he's built, in the last 4 years, or 3 years, he's built a life in LA now. No wonder she changed the passwords. I'm not, hear you coming in the house and I got to pay you monthly, no matter what it is, whether it's $9,000 or $16,000, I'm going to have to pay you. You're living in my house and you think you're going to watch Hacks on HBO. By the way, y'all, that is such a great show. I got my mom into it. But you think you about to watch Hacks or something on Hulu? You're not watching my Max. You're not watching my Verizon Fios. And I'm already no, absolutely not. The password would be get a job. That's what mine would be. or no entertainment for you, sir. So this is playing out. Them legal fees are running up because he also wants her to pay his legal fees, child. It is a mess. Let's get into some Bravo news to finish out. So let's talk about TV deets. Exclusive, Deborah Williams files counterclaim against villain Kiarna Stewart in $10 million RHOP lawsuit. Deborah Williams has filed a counterclaim against Kiarna Stewart in their ongoing and very shocking $10 million RHOP lawsuit, TV deets has learned. According to court documents filed with the D.C. Superior Court earlier this week, Deborah is denying all charges and painting Kiarna as the true villain. It is obvious that counter-defendant Miss Kiarna Stewart craves fame. She craves attention, so much so that she is willing to do just about anything to have her name broadcast on television and across social media, reads the court filing obtained exclusively by TV deets. This includes instigating a fight, having the fight recorded, then sending the video of the fight to TMZ for it to be viewed on TV all over the world. In the counter complaint, Deborah alleges that Kiarna orchestrated the events outlined in the original assault and battery complaint. In the reality drama she has brought before the court, Ms. Stewart is not the victim. In fact, she's the villain. In the true story, Ms. Stewart is not the protagonist. She's the antagonist. The facts will show that Ms. Stewart, with her insatiable desire to be known, orchestrated all the events outlined in her own complaint and in this counter complaint. And in the end, the court will see indeed. The country will see, y'all, we used to be a proper country. The country will see that Miss Williams is the innocent party who has been severely damaged by Miss Stewart. Oh, boy. Like the original complaint, Candace Dillard-Bissett and Ashley Darby are mentioned because their involvement in the shocking fight, which ended up airing as part of season 8 of Bravo's RHOP. According to the document, Deborah ended up making guest appearances on the show after Ashley reached out to her and asked her to appear. Miss Williams agreed to appear on the show for one reason only, to support her friend Ashley Darby. Reads the paperwork filed by Deborah's attorneys. According to Deborah's version of events, Candace was taunting her on the night of Ashley and Giselle Bryant's GNA launch. Like Kiarna's original complaint, Deborah confirms that Candace was exchanging words with her the entire night before the fight erupted. Throughout this event, Ms. Bissett's verbal attacks were exceptionally vicious towards Ms. Williams. The name-calling and instigation was abnormally excessive, seemingly intentional, provocative. Deborah is alleging that after exchanging words, Candace picked up a bottle of champagne as if to throw it at her, and at the same time, Kiarna escalated her defense of Candace, punching Deborah squarely in the face. According to the counterclaim, Deborah has never met Kiarna before the night in question and doesn't understand her involvement in the first place. Interestingly enough, Deborah's attorneys are also accusing the parties involved of staging the entire incident, pointing out that while Bravo cameras were reportedly down at the time of the incident, someone at the party was able to record the entire fight and leak it to TMZ. That said, she has seemingly not outed the person she feels may be responsible for setting up the fight yet. While Deborah is seeking a shocking while Kiarna is seeking a shocking $10 million, Deborah is being slightly more reasonable with her counterclaim. According to the docs, the RHOP guest star is looking for $3 million plus punitive damages, plus interest and costs for the assault and battery in response to count 1, assault and battery. When it comes to count 2, intentional infliction of emotional distress, Deborah is seeking a judgment in the amount of $3 million plus fees, but is also looking for $1 million and costs for defamation, totaling a cool $7 million, give or take. Here's my thing. Let's go back to what she said. She said, Deborah is alleging that after exchanging words, Candace picked up a bottle of champagne as if to throw it at her. At the same time, Kiarna escalated her defense of Candace, punching her square in the face. So in other words, she's trying to say that Kiarna punched her in the face. First of all, we have video footage. Candace's back was to Kiarna. Kiarna then comes to approach Candace. Candace turns around. She grabs the bottle. Kiarna throws a drink. I'm not Kiarna, I'm sorry. Kiarna was trying to hey, like break it up. Deborah threw a drink What's interesting to me is in her court filing, she says Kiarna escalated her defense of Candace, punching Deborah square in the face. After the fight, which we have evidence of, you went on social media holding Kiarna's nail in your hand, asking her if she wanted your nail back, and said, punched who in the face? No. You literally say Kiarna never punched you in the face. And then you say your floor work was, what'd she say? Amazing, magical, something like that, she said. It wasn't magical, but she was bragging about it. But she literally denied Kiarna punching her in the face. You put that out on social media. But now in your counterclaim, you're saying basically she hit you first. Girl, I have a feeling this probably will get dismissed. Just like Candace and Monique's, or at the very least, I don't think Deborah's going to win. Kiarna may not get what she wants, but I don't think Deborah's going to win. To me, based off of the footage that we have, and then her going on social media afterwards. Kiarna didn't come on social media and flaunt or talk about the fight afterwards. You did. Told her, I hope you enjoyed your ambulance ride. Y'all, we shall see. I just hope, I don't want to see Deborah on my screen. She ain't, though. Ashley said she's disconnected from her. I truly believe they weren't all that good of friends anyway. Ashley brought her on to go after Candace. I only truly believe that. I mean, I truly believe that. Child, we shall see. Oof. All right, next up, y'all. Let's talk about RHOA. I want to show y'all something. Here we go with Taria trying to figure out screen sharing. So annoying. Gets on my nerves because this should be easy for me. I should know how to do this. Okay. Hold on. I want y'all to see this. Okay, good. MacBook speakers, all of that good stuff. So we know that Kenya is no longer a part of RHOA. We know that a few weeks ago, Aaron from House of Aaron, shout out to Aaron. He was on the podcast a few weeks ago. Love him. He reported that there was a woman named Tiffany Rose that was supposed to join RHOA. They had flew her out. She has a hair business. And because of whatever it is that her and Kenya got in, she said that they, I'm assuming producers, were trying to pit her and Kenya against each other. I guess her and Kenya had some words or whatever. And because of that, she was like, I'm out. I'm not doing this. Then she came out and posted about Kenya being allegedly fired. Well, now she has posted something else, child. Let's see. So, yeah, oh, look, it worked, y'all. I'm sharing my screen. All right, let's get into it.
Buy all across the world, honey. Check the Forbes list. Who's that girl?
Y'all see this?
Na 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 na. Tiffany's that girl.
So
From
this
LA
is
to Atlanta, honey. From Dubai all across the world, honey. Check the Forbes list.
So y'all hear Portia in the back saying, yes. So this is Tiffany Rose. She went to the opening or the Kelly's Pop-Out magazine cover. So this is Kelly, one of the housewives, the new housewives. She's friends with Britt. This is Tiffany Rose, who was filming, then stopped. So this is according to the Bravo Shade Room. Tiffany Rose makes it known she's back filming for RHOA after Kenya's departure. Some fell off the boat to make room for that hashtag Nunu. So this is her, Tiffany Rose, this is her story. And she's saying, let me shake this up. Then see her location, Atlanta, Georgia, RHOA filming today. Then she says over here, some fell off the boat to make room for that hashtag Nunu. Bravo Shade Room's caption. Well, it looks like Tiffany got her job back, but not without a little shade. In her post, Tiffany attended Kelly's Pop-Out magazine cover event last night. Remember, a few weeks ago, Tiffany posted a message and called out Kenya on her IG stories. Swipe to see how it started. So this is what happened. Tiffany Rose, that was being tested for RHOA, sends a message to Kenya. God don't like ugly. Now look, she's fired. This is before it came out that Kenya was actually not going to be returning to the show. So then this was her message with somebody. What's your beef with Kenya? Tell me tomorrow. She said, OMG, can't wait to talk to you. She made sure to make a huge deal about me coming on the Housewives of Atlanta show. I was going to be one of the newest housewives. And then she said, They wanted to pit my business against hers, and she made it a huge deal, looked up my house information in Atlanta and started to stalk me. And then whoever she's talking to said her dress looks like assless chaps. She said to try and find dirt on me. It was crazy. And now look, she's fired and we have a new show coming. Again, this was before it came out that she was fired. This was when it was reported that she was suspended. So let's look at it again. Here she is. Basically, she's saying she's everywhere, from Dubai to Atlanta to everywhere. And she's saying she's shaking stuff up. And again, her message, some fell off the boat to make room for that hashtag new. Now listen, I'm going to give all the new people a chance. This is kind of like what I don't like. And look, I wasn't in Tiffany's shoes, so I don't know what happened with her and Kenya. So I'm going to say what I wish would happen. What I wish was that if she wanted to post about her filming, she posted a picture, this video, and left it alone. No hashtag or no, some fell off the boat to make room for that hashtag new, right? Or she captioned it, popping out at the pop out. Boom. Oh, is she on the show? Is she not? We don't know. I think the directness to Kenya is like, oh, like, I don't know. I'm going to say me personally, I just didn't like, I'm still giving her a chance, of course, but it was like, why are the new girls doing all of this posting? Again, I wish she had just done the picture or the video being like hashtag popping out at the pop out, and even hashtag new if she wanted to throw her little subliminal shade. But I will say on the other end, I don't know, again, what her and Kenya, what their experience was like. So maybe she feels like she experienced Kenya in a way that, yeah, I'm going to shade you. I don't know because I wasn't there. But my first instinct was like, I wish they would stop posting all of this, or post a little, but leave us a little something. You know what I mean? I don't know. I just felt kind of like, about it, but we shall see. Are y'all going to give the new girls a chance? I am. Again, I'm going in like, I'm going to watch. I'm going to have my good eye on all of them for sure. But I hope that we don't keep getting posts like this throughout the season. And what's crazy is I don't mind a spoiler. I don't mind knowing what's going to happen. And I've said before that may be something that I need to work out, because I have never liked surprise endings with stuff. And it's like, sometimes you just got to go with the flow, whether it's TV, real life, whatever. So I'm learning to just relax on that. But I don't mind a spoiler, but it's just something about these types of spoilers that's like, I don't like it. So we shall see, child. Tiffany doing all this talking. I know she better bring something then, because if not, the audience is going to be on your behind, Miss Rose, and you might have to fly back to LA, Dubai, or wherever it is. You don't want to have to do that with your tail between your legs, because it's all fun and games and Kiki, Kaka now. But when you get into actual filming of the show and the girls, Portia's a vet, honey. She was laughing and kikiing with you back there. Yeah, but you don't know. Speaking of, they say that Portia and Drew unfollowed each other. I'm like, is this a stunt, or is stuff really going down? Because Drew was promoting the Drew naked hair. She was even starting to look like Portia a little bit in her pictures, but I'm thinking that's probably just because of filters. I don't know. We shall see what's going down. All right, next up, let's talk about Miss Nene Leakes' son, Bryson Brent. So y'all remember a couple months ago, not even a couple months ago, it was last summer, wasn't it, actually? Oh, July of 2023. Let's just get into it. This is from Reality T. Nene Leakes' son, Bryson Bryant, sentenced in fentanyl case, avoids jail time. Nene Leakes' oldest child, Bryson Brent, just received his sentence for his fentanyl case. And luckily for him, it's devoid of spending any additional time in jail. Many times on Real Housewives of Atlanta, we watched as Nene tried to redirect her son. And then, however, his arrest on July 3rd, 2023, wow, a year and 3 days ago, in Georgia, proved that sometimes a mother can only do so much. During Bryson's arrest, the police claimed that they encountered him on someone else's property in Lawrenceville around 1 a.m. Bryson then told the police that he knew the people who lived there, which was false. While being questioned, Bryson gave them his brother's name, Brent Leakes, which added an additional charge to his case. In addition, Bryson also received a probation violation from a separate case once he entered custody. Even still, Bryson's sentence now leaves him standing on the outside of the prison yards. While the police were investigating Bryson, they reportedly found fentanyl on him. On this, Bryson originally pleaded not guilty. Even still, a possession of a Schedule II controlled substance charge arrived. However, in court documents that In Touch procured, we've since learned that Bryson has just reached a plea deal on this matter. In this deal, the prosecution dismissed their possession charge. In turn, Bryson had to plead guilty to a misdemeanor. This charge is giving false information to a law enforcement officer. The court sentenced Bryson to 12 months of probation alongside a $500 fine. Bryson also has to complete 40 hours of community service within the first 6 months of his probation. Additionally, he'll need to undergo random drug tests scheduled at the whims of his assigned probation officer. This is a pretty easy sentence, if you ask me. Bryson's plea deal was a great move. So hopefully he'll comply with everything, his 40 hours of community service within the first 6 months, pass all of his drug tests, and pay his $500 fine. So he stayed out of jail because he was in there for a couple of months before, I believe, right? At least 2 or 3. Whew, we shall see. Good luck to Nene, and not even Nene, to Bryson, because it's not her, it's him. But as his mother, I'm sure she is concerned. When she did the Carlos King podcast interview, she talked about it. Speaking of Nene, did y'all watch her new show? I meant to watch and didn't, so I want to go back and see it for myself just to see what it's giving. Moving on, let's talk about, wait, y'all, is that it? Oh, y'all, we sure is moving on. That is it. So y'all let me know what y'all think about Bryson's sentence. Are y'all glad that it seemed like the court went kind of light on him with everything? Let me know what y'all think about Miss Tiffany Rose and her now being back on RHOA. I wonder if she's back on as a full-time housewife, because in her previous posts, when she was talking about Kenya, she said that she was going to be one of the newest wives. She said, I was going to be one of the newest housewives. So I wonder if she's coming on still as a new housewife, or as a friend of, or because I know that there's certain cases where the ladies don't know if they're going to be housewives. They film the entire season and don't know if they're going to be housewives or friends of. So I wonder if that's one of the cases, like, we want you to come on and film for the Real Housewives of Atlanta to be a housewife, but it's not in stone that she's going to be a housewife, or they're going to wait until the end of the season. So we'll see. But y'all let me know what y'all think about her. Let me know what y'all think about Deborah and her counterclaim against Miss Kiarna. Child, Rachel's soon-to-be ex-husband wanting $16,000 a month, and upset because he can't get the Wi-Fi password. It's get a job. And then, again, our prayers up for Kiki's family and that they find peace. Y'all let me know what y'all think. I hope y'all have a beautiful rest of your day. I'm going to come back to y'all today. Y'all, this Love Island got me caught up. I came home. I was supposed to make this video yesterday. Came home, was on the phone with my cousin, then had to call my mom. I called my mom. Child, we was on the phone talking and stuff. And I had to finish Love Island. It is so good, y'all. If y'all haven't, please, I'm telling you, get through the first episode. Because when I first watched the first episode, I said, I'm too old for this. Because all this screaming, Kiki, you so pretty, no, you so beautiful. Kiki. It was too much. I pushed my way through. Never would have made it. But I'm so glad I did, y'all. I love this show so much. And now I'm getting recommendations on different Love Islands to go back and watch, like the UK and other seasons. So I'm really excited. I'm like, is it coming right back on again after this? But of course, there's going to be a break, or whatever. So yes, y'all need to get into it. So I'm going to go out here, do a little work for the day, and then hopefully be back, because I still have to give y'all Basketball Wives and the Real Housewives of Dubai. Y'all should be watching that too. That's like fun, light wealth. It's so much lighter than the darkness that we've been experiencing. It's, to me, I know some people have said it's boring. To me, it is a breath of fresh air. The women are beautiful. They have money and petty drama. Love it. All right, y'all. I will talk to y'all later. See ya.